Audrey Hepburn was only 1 meter and 70 centimeters tall, but when she walked into a room, every gaze turned to her as if she measured 2 meters. It was not magic. It was knowledge. While women torture themselves in 15-centimeter heels, she mastered the art of looking tall without leaving the ground. Have you ever walked into a store and felt lost among empty promises? This dress will make you look taller. Lie. Most pieces sold for short women actually make them look even shorter. My Italian neighbor, who barely reaches 1 meter and 50 centimeters, always said, "If I cannot grow in centimeters, I will grow in presence." She knew 10 specific pieces that turn any silhouette into a perfect visual illusion. If you are tired of feeling diminished by your own wardrobe, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The first piece will revolutionize how you see your own neck. V-neckline, the GPS of the gaze. Reese Witherspoon discovered this at 40 years old. Every time she appears wearing V-necklines, our visual perception automatically reads her silhouette as more elongated. The inverted triangle creates vertical escape lines. Our eyes follow this path from top to bottom, visually lengthening the entire torso. Vertical lines trick our brain about proportions. Shallow necklines create visual barriers that cut your body in half. The V directs the gaze on a continuous journey, so while you fight gravity with painful heels, you could simply invest in tops that do the job on their own. See a few examples as we talk about this. It works in any piece: jackets, knits, dresses. But in tops, it reaches maximum power by combining visual elongation with fabric fluidity. The ideal angle sits between 45 and 60 degrees, creating the perfect triangle that elongates without vulgarity. Golden rule: V-neckline equals express lane to visual elongation. With the neck resolved, let us build a base that enhances everything that follows. Basic shirt, minimalism that stretches. Sarah Jessica Parker has always preferred simple shirts to the elaborate styles of Carrie Bradshaw. Less is more when the goal is to elongate the silhouette. The math is cruel. The more visual elements, the more you fragment your body into disconnected pieces. Elegant women choose simple button fronts that create a flawless straight line, but the length can sabotage everything. Shirts that end at the hip line create a fatal visual division. Choose models that fall a few centimeters below or sit well above the waist. Navy works like visual magic, and vertical stripes are pure geometry. Notice how this plays out in practice. Sleeves that end at the widest point of the forearm make arms look out of proportion, so combine the right length with a monochrome effect. Golden rule: simplicity plus strategic length equals a perfect continuous line. Now that we have the perfect base, it is time to master the art of proportion. Cropped pieces, the mathematics of proportion. Emma Stone discovered this while filming La La Land. T-shirts ended strategically at the waist, creating endless legs without showing skin. When you cut your torso visually at the right spot, your legs steal centimeters from the upper body. The perfect length is where you can place 2 horizontal fingers above the hip bone, a scientific measure the industry hides. Even women with flat stomachs make the mistake of showing skin. The power lies in the suggestion of the waist, not in exposure. See how this applies across pieces. Sweaters, knits, and sweatshirts gain superpowers when cut to the right length and paired with high-waisted pants. Golden rule: the right cropped piece suggests the waist without vulgarity. Speaking of subtle suggestion, your arms deserve the same strategic treatment. 3/4 sleeves, the magic of the wrist. Monica Bellucci has always known this on Italian red carpets. Showing only the wrists creates a devastating optical illusion. Your wrists are naturally the thinnest part of the arms, so when you display them strategically, your brain assumes the entire arm has that delicate proportion. It works like fashion prestidigitation, amplified by a delicate watch. The accessory draws the eye to the thinnest point. Avoid puff sleeves that concentrate attention on the arms. Observe the difference in practice. The genius appears when you wear 3/4 sleeves under blazers, eliminating the drama of sleeves drooping past the hands. Golden rule: show only what is naturally thin. With neck, torso, and arms in harmony, it is time for the most powerful transformation. Monochrome look, the invisible column. Sophia Loren knew this in the 1960s. Tone on tone creates magnetic presence. I met a French woman of 1 meter and 52 centimeters who worked at a gallery in Paris. She always wore shades of gray and seemed to float. When you remove visual interruptions, your body becomes a single elegant line. Society has conditioned us to believe that more colors equal more personality, but every color change acts like an invisible horizontal line that cuts your silhouette. Monochrome removes these interruptions at once. See some practical examples. Black, gray, beige, and navy work best because they are naturally elongating. If these tips are already helping you see yourself differently, subscribe to the channel to keep learning. Golden rule: one color equals one continuous line from feet to head. Now let us add intelligent structure to all this harmony. Long blazer. Architecture of the silhouette. Amel Clooney turned this into a signature. Long blazers with a belt in the same fabric create an impeccable silhouette. My literature teacher, tiny yet imposing, said she dressed like an exclamation point, defined without breaks. If you cannot raise your arms without the blazer pulling, it is too structured. Prefer models with natural movement and discreet back vents. Large lapels on short women create disproportion. Choose delicate ones that do not eat your neck. Note how this works visually. Belts in the same fabric remove visual cuts that fragment your torso. Golden rule: a blazer is a frame that defines without fragmenting. From the waist down, there is a shift that completely redraws your proportions. High waist pants. Geometry that redraws. Natalie Portman proved that a high waist creates endless legs even on small frames. Repositioning the waistline redraws your proportions. Every centimeter you move upward is a centimeter your legs steal from the torso. The ideal waist sits 3 fingers above the navel. There is a scientific measure that the industry ignores. Avoid loose drape at the hip that creates a diaper effect. See the difference in practice. For long legs, pants cropped at the ankle showcase that thin area. Golden rule: high waist equals legs that steal centimeters from the torso. There's also a way to add elegant movement to this equation. Skirt with discreet slit, movement that elongates. Angelina Jolie immortalized this at the Academy Awards in 2012. A strategic slit hacks visual perception of proportions. A well-placed slit creates vertical movement that guides the eyes on a continuous path. For short legs, the suggestion of length that appears and disappears confuses the brain about where they truly end. Central or discrete side slits turn movement into elegance. Every step reveals and conceals. Observe the technique. The secret is that the slit must suggest, never flaunt. Golden rule: controlled movement equals elongation with every step. If coordination is not your strength, the next piece removes any chance of error. Jumpsuit, the uniform of the single line. Anne Hathaway showed that jumpsuits remove coordination decisions that can go wrong. When you wear a single piece from shoulders to feet, you automatically create the most powerful column effect in the wardrobe. It removes points of visual interruption. You become one continuous vertical line. Avoid cinching the waist too much. Here's how to choose. Elegant fabrics and solid colors amplify the natural monochrome effect. Golden rule: one piece equals 0 chances of coordination error. To finish, the piece that negotiates elegance with absolute comfort. Shirt dress. Fashion diplomacy. Jennifer Garner discovered that a shirt dress with a belt works as an elegant mediator between your real body and the idealized version. Fabrics that embrace without squeezing are infinitely more elegant than uncomfortable armor. A belt in the same fabric creates a subtle focal point without interrupting the visual flow. For volume in thighs or hips, a fluid fabric camouflages imperfections, while the belt highlights strong points. Golden rule: fluidity plus subtle definition equals effortless elegance. You now have the complete arsenal. 10 pieces that turn a wardrobe into a body architecture machine. V-necklines with escape lines, minimalist shirts, scientific cropped lengths, 3/4 sleeves that reveal delicate points, monochrome that removes interruptions. Blazers as body frames, high waists that redistribute proportions, skirts with vertical movement, jumpsuits that remove mistakes, shirt dresses that negotiate elegance with comfort. Each piece is not only clothing, it is a tool to claim your space in the world with presence, not centimeters. Subscribe to the channel because you deserve information that transforms, not empty tips. Tell me, presence surpasses height. Do you agree? Which piece will you try first? Unforgettable women were never the tallest. They were the most elegant, and elegance is already within you.